I'm Mary Knight, and this is Sex, Love, and Soul. Most low sex, no sex marriages aren't caused by bad men. They're caused by very capable ones, men who run their lives well, but quietly stop making decisions inside of their relationship. This is episode number 3 in a 5-part series about why desire fades in a long-term relationship. And in this episode, we're going to look at something that so many men misunderstand, and that's leadership at home. Not dominance, not management, direction. Most men think low sex marriages happen because a woman loses interest in sex. And sometimes that's true, but a lot of the time something else happens first. So this is something that happened many, many years ago when I was still working as an escort, and it's something that I never forgot. I walked into a man's hotel suite, and he's the successful guy, mid-40s, married for over a decade. He was polite, well-spoken, well-dressed. And the way he moved was very careful, like he was trying so hard not to do the wrong thing. And at one point, mid-activities, he stopped and said something that caught me completely off guard. He said, "Tell me if I'm being inappropriate." And he wasn't being aggressive with me. He wasn't being creepy at all, just cautious. And I remember thinking, this is a man who has spent a long time questioning whether or not it's okay for him to want a woman. And about 20 minutes later, that hesitation disappeared. Nothing about his personality had changed. What changed was that he realized that his desire wasn't a problem in that moment. It was the whole point of why we were together. I noticed this shift in him. His posture changed, his voice got steadier. He started moving instead of waiting. He became decisive, not dominant, just directed. And I remember thinking to myself, this man isn't sexually inexperienced. He's been living in a house where his desire feels unwelcome. And that question starts to live quietly in the background of a lot of marriages. Men almost never talk about this, but they feel it. And the question that they're asking is, am I allowed to want her if she doesn't want me? And once that question enters the relationship, am I allowed to want her? The entire dynamic begins to change. It's not all at once. It's quietly, subtly. A man who used to initiate now pauses. A man who used to move towards her checks her mood first. He walks into the kitchen, reads her face, listens to the tone of her voice, and then tries to decide whether or not today is a good day to bring any sexual energy into their home. Most of the time, he decides not to. It's safer not to. Not because he's weak, but because he's trying to be a good husband. He doesn't want to create unnecessary tension. He doesn't want to start an argument. He doesn't want to feel that moment again where his desire is treated like a problem. So he adjusts, and over time, that adjustment becomes a way of being. He stops initiating as often. He becomes more careful with his touch. He waits for undeniable signals instead of creating the moment. Slowly, the tone of the house changes. Sometimes the wife never actually says no. It's a vibe in the house. I talk to men every week in coaching. Some who tell me they've never had a conversation with their wife about the lack of sex. They've never sat down and said, "Hey, let's talk about this." They've never brought this up with their wives in any way. And the minute a man starts treating his desire like a disturbance in the house, polarity's already gone. And when direction disappears in a relationship, something interesting happens. The space doesn't stay empty. Someone fills it. Usually it's the woman, not because she necessarily wants that role, but because when no one is guiding the emotional direction of the relationship, the strongest signal in the house becomes the one that sets the tone. And in a lot of homes, that signal becomes her moods, her frustration, her exhaustion, her irritation. So the man starts organizing himself around that signal. He walks into the room and he reads the temperature and he's like, ugh. He tries to decide whether this is a moment to speak or stay quiet, whether it's a moment to touch or back off, whether it's the time to bring any sexual energy into the interaction or keep things neutral. And now he's not leading anymore. He's managing the atmosphere, trying to keep everything smooth and peaceful, trying not to trigger another uncomfortable conversation or awkward evening, trying not to make things worse. And the funny thing about this is that most men think that when they're doing that, they're being respectful. They think that they're being patient and kind and loving and considerate and being a good man. But what's actually happening is something very different. The relationship has quietly flipped. And instead of a man bringing direction into the relationship, the emotional weather of the house is now directing him. And that's the moment that sexual polarity begins to fade. Not because anyone stopped loving each other, but because the energy that creates attraction has disappeared. And that energy is direction. Most men don't fall into this pattern because they're weak. They fall into it because they're capable. And that's exactly how many good men fall into what I call the capability trap. Life runs smoothly, but desire quietly disappears because attraction doesn't grow inside of maintenance. It grows with direction. You didn't stop caring. You stopped choosing. You started waiting, waiting for the right mood, waiting for the perfect signal, waiting for that right moment. And the longer that you wait, the more the relationship organizes itself around hesitation. And when a man starts choosing again, the dynamic begins to change, not by forcing anything, not by demanding sex, but by bringing direction back into the relationship. You decide, you initiate, you hold steady. Small moments and simple decisions, consistent presence. That's leadership. Most men can actually point to the time this shift started to happen, when there was a moment that maybe a year ago, maybe 5 or even 10 years ago, when you stopped initiating the way that you used to. You made a choice for whatever reason, like some life things were happening. And so you stopped reaching for her in the same way. You stopped kissing her without thinking about it first. You started calculating, reading the situation, trying to decide whether tonight would end well or end awkwardly. And once a man starts calculating his desire instead of expressing it, he's in his feminine energy. And that changes the way that a woman responds to you. I'm going to invite you to feel this in your body right now. So it's not just a bunch of words. Right? So stand up. And if you can't, sit down. But your feet are planted. Slow breath in through your nose, down into your belly, and let your spine lengthen. Right? Imagine your spine just lengthening. And bring your shoulders back and down. Really feel that. And now say slowly out loud, I decide. Feel that in your body. Say it again. Say it as many times as you need to until you feel that. I decide. That's direction. That's leadership. I have a question for you before we go. Where in your marriage have you stopped choosing? A lot of men hear this and immediately think, okay, but what if my wife just isn't interested anymore? That's exactly what we're going to get into in the next episode, episode number 4, because many couples are loving and stable, respectful, and desire still disappears. And understanding why that happens is the key to restoring polarity. Maintenance keeps a relationship running, but attraction grows somewhere else. Desire responds to direction. These patterns are subtle, and most men were never taught to see them. And if you want a clear place to begin, take a look at my program, The Low Sex Marriage Fix. The link is below. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, it's my honor and my joy to be here with y'all. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, why not? It's fast, it's fun, it's easy, it's free. And you just might learn something. All right, bye for now.